Country music has always been a genre built on storytelling, collaboration, and respect among artists, but the latest wave of chatter in Nashville has sparked a heated debate that fans never saw coming. Rumors are swirling around two of the biggest names in the industry, Luke Bryan and Blake Shelton, after shocking claims emerged suggesting that Bryan may have taken a song idea that was originally tied to Shelton and turned it into one of his own chart-topping hits. The controversy has ignited social media, caused heated discussions within the country music community, and left fans divided over who truly deserves the credit. At the center of the storm are questions of loyalty, integrity, and ownership in an industry where songs can make or break a career. For Luke Bryan, one of the highest-paid stars and a familiar face as a judge on American Idol, this kind of allegation threatens not only his reputation as a performer but also his credibility as someone who prides himself on supporting rising talent. For Blake Shelton, the beloved Oklahoman with a career spanning decades, the idea that a peer and supposed friend could have allegedly taken a song from under his nose cuts deep. To understand the magnitude of the situation, it's worth looking at how the claims surfaced, why the song in question has become a talking point, and what the wider industry reaction has been. Reports began circulating after an insider close to the Nashville songwriting scene revealed that a particular track Bryan recorded bore striking resemblance to a demo that had been pitched to Shelton years ago. The source, who requested anonymity, claimed that the demo had been shopped around to a handful of artists, with Shelton showing strong initial interest. However, before Shelton could move forward with recording, the song allegedly ended up in the hands of Bryan, who reworked it with minor lyrical changes and released it as a radio-ready single. The result was a major hit that climbed the charts, boosted streaming numbers, and secured award nominations, success that Shelton never got the chance to capitalize on. Fans quickly began dissecting the lyrics, production style, and chord progressions, pointing out similarities that they believe are too close to ignore. For those familiar with both artists' catalogs, the overlap is striking enough to spark genuine suspicion. Shelton himself has not directly confirmed the allegations, but subtle hints during interviews have raised eyebrows. In a recent sit-down with a country radio station, Shelton was asked about missed opportunities in his career, to which he responded cryptically, "Sometimes songs slip away, sometimes they end up with someone else, and sometimes they become bigger than they were meant to be. You just learn to live with it." While he didn't mention Bryan by name, many interpreted the remark as a veiled reference to the situation. Bryan, for his part, has remained publicly silent on the matter, though those close to him insist that he has always worked fairly within the industry. Luke has the utmost respect for Blake and for every songwriter he's ever collaborated with, a source from Bryan's camp said. He would never knowingly steal or take credit for something that wasn't his. Still, the denial has done little to quiet the conversation, particularly as social media platforms amplify the controversy. On Twitter and TikTok, fans have been posting side-by-side comparisons of Shelton's unreleased demo and Bryan's chart hit, arguing over whether the resemblance is coincidental or intentional. Some fans defend Bryan, pointing out that songs often circulate among multiple artists before someone records them, and that it's common for writers to pitch the same track to more than one star. Others argue that if Shelton had shown interest first, then professional courtesy should have prevented Bryan from recording it. Industry experts are also weighing in, with veteran producers explaining that the boundaries of ownership can often be blurry in Nashville. It's not unusual for songs to change hands, one longtime producer explained. Sometimes a label decides who gets the song, sometimes the writers themselves push it toward a certain artist, and sometimes timing just plays the biggest role. But when it looks like one artist took advantage of another, that's when it becomes messy. The tension between Shelton and Bryan is particularly newsworthy because the two have long projected an image of friendship and mutual respect. They've performed together, joked around during award shows, and shared public support for each other's projects. Fans who admired their camaraderie now feel conflicted about where things stand. Some fear the alleged betrayal could mark the end of one of country music's most high-profile friendships. The stakes are especially high for Bryan, who not only continues to headline major tours but also plays a key role on American Idol, where he mentors aspiring singers. For many viewers, his credibility depends on being seen as someone who uplifts talent rather than undermines it. If the allegations stick, it could harm the very image that makes him a fan favorite on television. Shelton, on the other hand, has less to lose in terms of image, since his reputation has long been tied to his authenticity and his straightforward personality. Many believe that fans will side with him instinctively, especially if they perceive him as having been wronged by a fellow artist. As the controversy brews, questions linger about whether the songwriters involved will come forward to clarify what really happened. Much of Nashville's songwriting industry operates behind the scenes, with deals often sealed in private meetings and studio sessions. Without clear documentation, disputes over who had rights to a song can be difficult to resolve. Still, the situation has reignited an ongoing conversation about transparency and fairness in the music business. For decades, countless stories have circulated about artists losing out on hit songs because of timing, connections, or outright manipulation. Some country fans see this incident as part of a broader pattern, highlighting the need for reforms that protect both artists and songwriters alike. Meanwhile, both Bryan and Shelton continue to move forward with their careers. Bryan is set to appear in the upcoming season of American Idol, while Shelton remains busy with his projects following his departure from The Voice. Whether the two will ever address the allegations head-on remains to be seen. Fans are waiting eagerly for clarity, hoping that either Bryan or Shelton will break their silence and put the matter to rest. Until then, speculation will likely continue to swirl, fueled by whispers in Nashville and debates online. At its core, the controversy underscores the fragile balance between friendship, business, and artistry in country music. While the industry thrives on collaboration, it is also highly competitive, with songs serving as valuable currency that can elevate an artist to new heights or leave them overlooked. For Luke Bryan and Blake Shelton, two giants at the peak of their careers, the fallout from this dispute could leave lasting marks on their legacies. Whether the truth reveals an innocent misunderstanding, a business decision gone wrong, or something more intentional, the incident has already captivated fans and industry insiders alike. And as long as the question remains unresolved, the story of whether Bryan stole a hit from Shelton will linger as one of the most talked about mysteries in modern country music. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our Talent Spotlight Adol YouTube channel for more update news.